I know, but it's better for me too. So.
Good morning, everybody, or just Nate. I see Nate is in the chat. Maybe only Nate is here today. Either way, there will be those of you watching the replay. So today we do have some things we want to cover. And I think one of the most interesting ones yet for the email, and I've not had a chance to dive into it because I just saw the email this morning, was Amazon offering AI in your ad campaigns to do bid adjusting, it looks like. So we're going to look into that here today. And as we mentioned before, 3Colts has now acquired Inventory Lab, and the new owner has made some posts about the changes that they have already made and that they have exciting changes coming that he's keeping quiet about. And lastly is the hot topic of conversation, as we are already March 1st today, and that is the inventory placement fees that we will be getting or not getting if you decide to be doing the multiple shipments or let Amazon do inventory placement for you, and what kind of tools and gadgets are available out there for us to figure out the math of it all. So these are going to be three of the topics that we're going to take a look-see at today on this first Friday of March. Wow, it's March. And we had one extra day in February. So for those that had a leap year birthday, happy young birthday to you, since you only get one every 4 years.
Thank you, Millennial Mom, and good morning, Nate. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Does that mean you want me to hit the pictures that you did in the
Our Google slide?
Yeah, give me 1 second here.
Yeah. So I did take some screenshots and put them on a Google slide this morning because I can't remember all the things that are in the messages. They're too lengthy for me to memorize them all.
But you wanted to start with the AI stuff first?
No, we can go in order. I just mentioned off the top of my head in the order that I thought that they were cool. That's all.
No, I'm just asking you what order we're doing.
Good morning, Eminem and Reno.
There we go. So yeah, 3Colts. They took over something else too. They've taken over a lot.
They've taken over some repricing tools. They have taken over. In fact, they're going to offer some AI repricing that's supposed to be. Well, we'll get into that. I don't want to blow the whole thing right off the beginning. We'll go down their list. But yeah, they have taken over some repricing tools. They took over tactical arbitrage. They are getting to be quite the monopoly of some Amazon tools. So that might be a bad thing. It might be a good thing. And I think they also just acquired Camel. Somebody did.
Yes.
And we read that this morning.
I think that was it.
Was that the share that you sent in Messenger? Is that why I read it?
I'm just trying to remember. I thought it was like two things. Hold on. I brought up the
Yeah, so Camel was a tool I used to use a lot when I first started selling on Amazon. But back then there were not as many tools available as we have today. And then Camel just kind of fell off the radar. You don't hear about them much anymore. And I think only some of us old timers on Amazon maybe even still use them. I don't still use it. But one of the things that I do love about Camel, for those of you that don't know, have never heard of it or never used it, and like I said, it's been around longer than Keepa and these other tools. They have a feature where if you are tracking or watching a product on Amazon and you are waiting for it to drop in price, you can set it to send you an email and alert you that this particular ASIN has gone from $50 down to $14 or vice versa. If you want to know when it's raised, it will email you. And I always thought that was a great tool if there's something that you were watching to drop in price for the purpose of flipping it, or if you were trying to track a product that you're on the listing and there's been low ballers on it, or as a shopper, like, hey, I'm waiting for this hot selling toy to go down in price so I can buy it for my kid. Whatever your reason, that was one of the features I always liked about it when I used to use it exclusively.
I know there are some that have done their whole business is Amazon to Amazon flips, and all they do is wait for that price alert. They get an email saying it's low now. They make their purchase, they send it in, and they sell it high.
Yeah.
Morning,
Yeah. Good morning, William.
I might have been thinking of Feedback Wiz, but that was back in 2022, so never mind.
Yeah, they have acquired a lot of different tools.
I don't know what that one is. All right, well, it'll come to me. I want to say it was Camel, but I can't remember. All right. That's why we post in Facebook group.
Yes. So this is an actual Facebook post that I copied verbatim from Facebook. And this is the founder of Three Cults.
His name is Yoda, for real?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the real name, but Yoda Lee. And Yoda Lee has posted in some different Facebook groups. And this one I saw this morning in the Unofficial Inventory Lab Support Facebook group. And Yoda said that, they didn't even know that this group had existed. And I read the comments, and somebody had made posts that Inventory Lab Official used to have a Facebook group, and they didn't know that either. And so they wanted to figure out how to get access to that Facebook group, since they had in fact bought Inventory Lab. So this is what Yoda says. Hi guys, I'm the founder of Three Cults. As you all know, we acquired Inventory Lab recently. I've been updating a separate group, FBA Tactical Arbitrage, about our Inventory Lab updates, but I recently found this group. That's the one I was telling you about. So these are some updates they've made recently to Inventory Lab. They have sped up all modules by over 3 times earlier this month. You should see a noticeable improvements when searching for ASINs. This was one thing that came from our acquired diligence that we knew we had to fix. And I believe they also mean that for our Scoutify app, because Scoutify has been terrible since before Christmas. They launched the Smart Repricer AI, and it does integrate with Inventory Lab. And some benefits include a 2-way live sync with Inventory Lab. All other repricers sync with Inventory Lab once a day. And 2, it's 50% cheaper than BCool Aura Informed for comparable feature set. And 3, you get a 25% off your first year of subscription. And that is pretty huge, especially if it works well. And since they are the owner of this AI repricer as well as Inventory Lab, I would like to think that it's going to work much better, because they're going to favor their own software over another. They have added original reimbursement ID on reversals. I'm not exactly sure what that is and how to use it. I know what a reimbursement ID is, but I'm not sure what that bullet point means to me. They have relaunched their affiliate program. So for those of you that want to promote Inventory Lab and make a couple of cents off of it, you can sign up. They have added a dangerous goods in the fee calculations. That's pretty nice. They have launched the ability to print shipping labels from inbound shipping page, and the ScoutX improvements. And ScoutX, for those of you that don't know, because I've mentioned it before in the show, and some of you don't even know it exists. So you know how you can get Seller Amp or Rev Seller, the little calculator tool that you pay monthly for? ScoutX is a tool just like those tools, but it is free with your subscription to Inventory Lab. It costs no more. And you can download that on your Chrome browser extension. And it includes adding custom columns to Google Spreadsheets and add doc to slide option. And the next slide finishes the rest of his message. And so they have enabled a new shipping workflows in there. They have enhanced new shipping workflows. And so I tried to do a shipment in Inventory Lab yesterday, and it just quit. It wasn't allowing me to batch out my shipment. By the time it did allow me to, it was a time of day I didn't want to anymore, and I was mentally over it. So I am hoping, fingers crossed, that some of these bugs we have seen in Inventory Lab recently is because 3 Colts is making these improvements and not because they've taken over it and they're making it worse. So that is my hope, is that it is because they're on the back end trying to get things to be better, faster, and smarter. And then at the end, it says more to come. And at the end of his message, it said more to come. And he had lots of the little, like, what are those things called? Bullhorns with confetti coming out emojis. So it'll be interesting what that more to come is.
I'm going to share, because while we were talking here, I wanted to go through some of the comments. That was interesting. So first up, if you're not in this group, go join. It's really nice because they tell you when Inventory Lab's down or major updates. I've been I don't remember how long I've been in the group. I've been in the group for a while, but
he's been accepting a lot of recommendations. Like, he's been asking people, why don't you like that? Why would you want that? So I made a comment in this thread, because one feature I would love, when you are out in the store and you are scanning with the Inventory Lab, the what is it called? Scoutify. You can only scan barcodes. I would love to have an image search like we have on our Amazon Seller app, where I could open the camera and point it at the item, especially if it doesn't come up by scanning the barcode. I would love for it to recognize the image of it.
All right. So as I was saying, Nate, the link is right above. I did already post it in there for you guys. One of the things that I noticed right away was, are they going to integrate into Walmart? They're planning on it. It's not officially done, but go read through these comments. They talk about sellers in Canada. They talk about Walmart. So it is already linked up above. I'm not going to copy and paste it again. Always good to kind of hear what's going on with them if you use them. All right. What was the next slide? Do we want to move on from this? Do we have anything else to say about it? Yesterday was very frustrating.
To add, yeah.
If you were struggling with Inventory Lab yesterday, you are not alone. It was very frustrating. I know Tina had some shipments. Did you get it resolved yesterday, or did you just kind of move?
Well, it finally updated, and it allowed me to go ahead and close out my batch. But by then, I wasn't feeling well yesterday. I don't even feel great today. So by the time it resolved itself, the thought of us packing I just, sometimes you just lose your momentum and you're just not in the mood. I was trying to get that last shipment out because yesterday was the last day of February. And today, March 1st, is when those inventory placement fees take effect. Now, we won't get the charges for them if you still are trying to opt out of that program and have your shipment still go to one warehouse. If you are opted out of the program where you don't want to do the multiple destinations, and as starting today, every shipment from today forward, you're going to incur those inventory placement fees. And so
just a minute.
Yes.
I don't want to move on to inventory, the placement fees quite yet. So just a minute. If you go and click on that post and scroll down a little bit, they talk about tracking sales in Mexico and Canada. That's a huge one. They are working on that. Then they also have right here about the repricer, and they have a whole YouTube video on it. So I'm going to relink that. I wanted to address that real quick.
Yeah.
Then I gotta watch that video too later. So hold on. I gotta
save it for yourself there. Yeah.
I gotta put that up so I can watch that later myself. All right. And then you wanted me to bring up the other slide?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it on it. Perfect.
Yeah, so to answer your question, what you're asking me about finishing my shipment yesterday, I wanted to get that last one out for February since these new charges start today. So I thought, well, let me get one last one out before March 1st, because we're not going to be hit with those inventory placement fee charges until April. So all month of March, we're not really going to know how hard that hits us if you are opted out of the multiple destinations program. So those of you that are opting out, in April, we'll find out how hard we're hit. I think I will probably stay opted out just to see, and just to let everyone know, like, wow, I was really hit hard. And maybe I'll do it for half the month. I haven't decided yet. But all of you should have gotten this email. And if you did not, this is the FBA Inbound Placement Service, and they do have some steps here, some instructions where within Amazon, you can decide how you want your shipments to go. And Inventory Lab also had a notice that said whatever you elect in your Amazon account is going to feed to Inventory Lab.
Oh, what? Say that again. I haven't had enough coffee. What?
Okay, so
whatever you select will feed into Inventory Lab.
Right. So if you select, I want to be in the multiple destinations program, or I don't, and I want everything still to go to one warehouse, whatever you put into Amazon, Inventory Lab and Amazon are going to sync together on on whatever your option is.
Okay, interesting. So let's see here. I'm going to go look real quick. Fulfillment by Amazon, inbound settings. And I click edit. Oh, I got it. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can screenshot it. I don't have my snippet up. So I want to show what it looks like. Right there.
And while Lucy's doing that, I would love for you guys to comment if you have looked into all of this yourself. And if so, what are your plans? Are you going to try to opt out? Are you going to try to ship it to all the different warehouses not to have? You can do a partial splitment. You can do for some fees. We have the next screenshot is actually a picture of what that will be. Or you can opt to have like how William said he's been having 6 to 7 shipments. You can have that, pay the extra shipping cost, but not have the placement fees. I'm curious what you guys plan on doing.
Okay, so somehow I got selected to have distributed inventory placement, and I am in my account. Interesting. So you can switch around pretty easily. That's good. Mm-hmm. That's good. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick. I'll flip a coin. When I tried the whatever it was called before, because it was called something before. When I tried it before, it was more economical to have it off than to have Amazon charge me for shipping it all around the places. It was just cheaper to ship it. Plus, there was, as you know, we have if you have a certain amount of items in Inventory Lab, it tends to go to one place versus breaking it up. And I haven't played around with that yet.
Yeah, so when we normally get our items to go to one warehouse, like most of us had with Inventory Lab, because they were big shipments, you would always see your inventory being checked into Amazon. And then there was always a big amount of it that was with the FC transfer, which is the fulfillment center transfer. So this is what Amazon is going to start charging you for if all of your inventory goes to your nearest warehouse in your city. All of those fulfillment center transferred inventories under that FC in the back end of your account, Amazon is going to charge you for that. Or you go ahead and send your items into, I think it's 4+ warehouse, so it could be 4 or above every batch you do, and you pay extra shipping costs, but they don't charge you the fulfillment center transfer fees on each of your individual items. Now, for those of you that live in the center of the country, it's probably not so bad, the shipping costs from there. I am completely on the West Coast. And for those of you that are completely on the East Coast, it's going to cost us more to do that, because if I ship to the Midwest and if I ship to the East Coast, those shipments cost me. They cost me a lot. When I've had to ship like from here to Connecticut, a very small batch, it has cost me twice as much as my huge heavy box that I shipped here locally in my city. So I'm thinking, when I tried to do the math of it all, the best I understood, I was thinking it would be cheaper for me to pay the fulfillment center transfer fee per item.
I feel like they're kind of like, do you want us to kick you in the left shin, or do you want us to kick you in the right shin?
Mm-hmm.
You're either going to get this fee or you're going to get this fee.
Yeah.
And we're not going to tell you which one's better for you. We're just going to have it out there, and it's mystical. And I don't like that aspect of Amazon at all.
Right. And
then they're like, you can find it in the policies. Oh yeah. Have you ever, let me just go read the dictionary too while I'm at it. That makes about as much sense.
Right. And if you don't use Inventory Lab, and if you create your shipments within Amazon, on that shipment page, you will see that you can select how you want to ship it. They do have the options there in Seller Central on your shipping template page, where you can elect West Coast, East Coast, the multiple, so there's no fees. I don't know that Inventory Lab is going to let us see that type of a feature. Maybe they are. We just can't know yet.
All right. So this was an interesting one. Reno shared this
with us.
Yeah.
This was from RevSeller. So this is, for those of you that use RevSeller, this is what they have incorporated into their little online calculator. Now, will ScoutX and SellerAmp and the others do this too? Are they already? I don't know. I didn't look into it yet.
So it's interesting that in this scenario, it was going to be 41 cents. So we're not talking about a huge amount, but it's still extra fees, you know.
And this is per item, though.
True.
This is that 41 cents. So let's do 41 cents times 100 items. You know, you're talking $41.
Yep.
So
that's a lot.
That's an inbound placement. So if I chose to send it all west, according to this, I will pay an extra $41 on top of my shipping label. Now, what if I let Amazon divide my 100 items to four different destinations? We drop off that $41, but for those 3 extra shipping labels now to 3 other warehouses, will that fee go over the $41? Or is it going to stay under the $41? And that's why I'm thinking it's going to be cheaper to let Amazon to do fulfillment center transfer fees. But I don't know. I am really just guessing like everybody else.
Just a second, I might have found something. Oh, I want to download a guide. I don't want to download a guide.
Yeah, William, me too. William, I'll post this here. William says, I was thinking about making more things case packed. I do a lot of case packs anyway, because I will buy, let's say 100 of an item, make it as a case pack because it always goes in the one box. So it's going to go to one warehouse. Now, Amazon does fulfillment center transfers when we do case packs. So does that eliminate us from that because it's a case pack or not? These are the mysteries with Amazon. I'm curious about that.
Case pack might be a way to do it. And then I'm wondering for LTL, because you can't just split an LTL shipment into to different things. So if you can do LTL, then that might be good too. I found this article that might be good. Let's see here. This is the breakdown. And this is from Online Seller Solutions. Let's see here. Variables affecting the fee: size, weight, service, inbound location. Fee reductions. To mitigate these fees, you should consider using a discounted FBA inventory placement service. I don't know if that's really that great. Supply Chain by Amazon. I have not looked into that program. But this would be something that I want to look around maybe later at as well. I know. There's a lot of articles out, but the bottom line is nobody knows for sure right this second exactly what's going to be best for your business.
What we do know for sure is our fees are going up per item. whether you choose to opt in or opt out of the placement, you are going to be paying more. Will that mean that all sellers collectively increase our prices to help to adjust that bottom line that we make? Probably. I don't think we'll feel that for another 6 months, though, because it takes a while for everyone to get it together.
Yeah, it does. And fees have gone up and things have changed so much over the years. And they are constantly trying to figure out how to make money off of every aspect of their business. And shipping charges are for sure one of them. Now, I know that like UPS struggled this last year because the last summer USPS came out with their new Ground Advantage. And that definitely pulled away from UPS. And I know that Amazon is gearing to take over their shipment altogether. That's kind of the end goal. That's why they're buying all the planes and the trucks and the folks to do that. So you kind of got to watch the strategic moves of what is the company doing. And if you see the company purchasing delivery trucks and airplanes and trying to build the infrastructure to handle their own shipping, you can kind of see the writing on the wall. So if you were the shipping companies, you'd be wanting to see how could you compete with that, because Amazon makes up a big chunk of their business, whether they like it or not. I know UPS and USPS have, a good chunk of their business is Amazon orders.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got to figure out.
Thing I'd like to know is how many of you, if you want to comment, how many of you are going to start considering doing more merchant fulfilling than you ever did in the past? Because that gets rid of all of these fees. It's just being a regular merchant fulfilled seller. And I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more merchant fulfilled sellers out there. And we may not have to worry so much about competing against those that have their items at Amazon's warehouses. And I have met many sellers over the years that support themselves and make their living on Amazon solely as a merchant fulfilled seller.
William says, seems like this and the new low inventory fee. Yeah, the low inventory fee is something interesting, that it's going to weed out some smaller sellers. Maybe. And the low inventory one is definitely kind of weird. And I don't understand the point of it. It's just it's a weird one. So I don't know quite how it's going to affect me overall. And that's a strange one. Is the Seller Fulfillment Prime reopened? As far as I know, no, because I cannot get into the Seller Fulfilled Prime. Can you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I have not gotten that in there. Low inventory fee is crazy. Ain't that the truth, Jen? It's Jen, right? I think
yes, Jen.
It's Jen. And I fully don't understand that one, because for retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, it sounded like it wasn't going to affect OA/RA people, but for those that do private label from China or whatnot, it would affect them more. All right. Heather says, in the short term, I will FBM oversized shoes. I will also FBM items that I cannot replenish consistently. Yeah. William, shoot it to me in email, and I will definitely bring it up. Worrying on that stuff. It's weeding off the clearance sellers. Look at the new Connect Local USPS. Okay, I will do that right now. Oh, what else do we got going on today? Because it's a whole lot of, I haven't found any great explanation. And of course, all of the softwares that we use has not integrated fully with everything. And then 3 Colts has been buying and uploading and everything. So it's a whole lot of confusion going on right now.
Yeah, and I've not seen the math or the formula of it all for the low inventory fee. What is it going to cost us? I've seen things about it. I just don't know that I understand how much is that going to cost me? I've looked it up. I've found, where we can see what Amazon expects us to have. In fact, this morning I was even looking in my account based off an email from Amazon and what they're wanting me to replenish. But they're wanting me to replenish things that are seasonal, like, Valentine bundles that I had and things that would make no sense. And I just don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so we will calculate the historical days of supply over the short term, 30 and 90, and assess the fees if both are below 28 days.
Yeah, but it doesn't say how much. And then I sent you a link in our private chat for the Seller Central forums and on what it says there. And this was from 3 months ago, and it tells you how they calculate it, but it doesn't say how much is it going to cost me. And that's concerning. Now, I have some things that I buy directly from my suppliers. I buy them wholesale, but a lot of times my suppliers are out of stock. One of my suppliers is out of stock of 3 of my hot selling items, and they don't expect them to come in until sometime this month. And I've been waiting for them since January.
Yeah, no, it's utterly ridiculous because I too have supplier issues, and most of it is okay. So over the last 30 days, they're trying to calculate. There's a whole lot of math. Who's got time to calculate all that on each of your listings?
That's why I say it's everything is like deciphering the Amazon code. Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
It's like, tell me how much, Amazon, how much?
I would rather redo my calculus classes from college than try and figure out Amazon stuff.
William is loving your picture on Facebook. I assume he means your profile picture.
Thank you, William.
Under his eyes.
Historical days, average days on hand, average shipped units. But then how do you figure out what it's going to cost?
Oh my God, this is funny. I haven't been this confused since high school trigonometry.
I know. I'm going, if a train's going 12 miles an hour from Chicago to Texas, and then it stops midway, what is the price of oranges in China on Tuesday? I just don't get it.
And it's like, you like to think you're reasonably intelligent, right?
Yeah.
If Amazon wants me to have 100 and I only have 20, how much? If Amazon wants me to have 20 and I have none, how much, if any? It's like, I just want to give me a simple cheat sheet. Can we have a cliff note?
William, when I say you have to email me, that's what I mean. You have to email me. I cannot click on the link.
I'm thinking he sent it in Messenger maybe, or
no, he posted it. It says Facebook user, but I can't click on it. I could show it. That's it. That's all. That's all.
You know what? I'm going to go into Facebook while you are talking here, and I'm going to see if I can get it.
All right. All right.
Your Facebook page or in our Facebook group?
What?
Where did he put it at in Facebook? On this one stream? Okay.
Yeah. See if you can open up the Facebook stream and get to it.
I sure will.
And then Reno, I'm still looking up Connect e-commerce here. Connect e-commerce.
So it's a marketplace prep. I got it. And I will give you the link in our private chat, and then we can open it up.
Okay, so hold on. I'm looking at Get Connected. What's my email? resellingmom@gmail. But Tina's on it. I'll open that in a second.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, William.
Reno, what do we do with this? Get started. I'll just put this link in for everybody to kind of research on their own time too. Discounted pricings for merchant sellers. So interesting. So are you saying that we could get better for merchant fulfilled? Better shipping prices for merchant fulfilled? That's kind of how I'm taking that, if that's correct. And then let's bring up, what did you share? Excellent. And then can I share? Well, it's shared with the group, so it should be good.
Yeah.
Cheaper local shipping. Interesting. Okay. And is Pirate Ship, so for this, is Pirate Ship and Sendle all integrated into this, or do you have to go through USPS? that's the thing that gets confusing too, because like I'll go on my USPS site and I'll do a calculation, but if I go over to Sendle or Pirate Ship, it's usually cheaper on those sites than it is here. Okay. Low inventory fee explained. First misunderstanding I have seen is where and when the fee applies. Your 30-day and 90-day of inventory are the basis for how it is applied shortly. The low inventory fee, when incurred, applied to future orders until your stock up again or sell out, is based on the historical stock levels. Every order after the recalculation will get hit with the fee, and that calculation does not pass 30, 90. I'm still.
Yeah, it still breaks it down, but it still doesn't tell me how much. And I'm trying to scroll down and do a speed read.
Yeah.
I think down below it does. Under example, under optimal inventory theory, as you go down, we do see how much based over the 90 days. So you know what I'm going to do? Look, I know M&M knows this about me. I'm going to copy and paste this along with the charts into ChatGPT and ask it to give me a Cliff Note version. And when I have that Cliff Note version, I will post it in the Facebook group. For those of us that want the cheat sheet of how much, just tell me how much.
Over 90 days fee calculations. I just feel like they're making it even more complex. And here's my issue with all this. If I don't know what I'm getting charged, how do I know I'm getting charged the right price, right? If I go into the store and I buy this coffee mug and it's $10 and I know the price is, the tax is 10%, then I know I'm going to pay $11 for it. If I go in the store and this cup is $10, but then they're like, oh, we have a 10% off sale today, then there's tax, then we have a fee for putting it in the bag and then a fee for taking it out on to your car. But we're not going to tell you what that fee is because it's based on when you came into the grocery store, when you bought the item, how much was your grocery bill, and then the distance between the door and your car. You're going, I don't know now. Now I've got to buy it and just figure out, I'll then see what the receipt says the fee is. And I do not like that kind of BS because it's like a whole lot of voodoo doo-doo, and then you're kind of just stuck. I can't argue it later. I can't say, oh, well, wait a minute. The fee should have been 50 cents and you really charged me 60 cents and now you owe me 10 cents. So I'm really hoping 3 Colts or whoever is out there has some sort of way of calculating this to make sure they're charging the right fees. Because I have my seller bench and I know they charge me the wrong fees for returns and stuff all the time. Like there isn't a week that goes by that they have charged me correctly. And this just adds one more layer of complexity for them to mischarge me in their favor. And I really, really am worked up about this for sure. I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, Walmart had I don't know if it was found out that they did it on purpose or on accident, but within their algorithm for doing up receipts, they had something in there that every so many transactions, it would add an extra item to the receipt that was under a $5 or $10 range. So, if you had 3% of your receipts adding an extra $5 for the amount of products that Walmart does, 99% of the people didn't notice that extra $3, $4 item on their receipt. And they found out about this. And it was a huge to-do on there that they were not charging correctly. So it is opening themselves up to a lot of possible legal activity as well in the future. I love the cheat sheet and ChatGPT. I need to check my return charges.
This is funny. So I've been talking to ChatGPT. I have the paid version of ChatGPT.
Are you friends?
And so I gave it the link to the article. I told it to read the article and give me a Cliff Note version, yada, yada, yada. And it wasn't even ChatGPT was not giving me how much. So then I said,
Nope.
I need to understand the math of it. If I only have 10 units and Amazon wants me to have 30, what's my fee for having low inventory? ChatGPT doesn't even know. It said the fee for having low inventory is calculated based on the difference between your current inventory level and Amazon's required minimum. If Amazon wants you to have 30 units, but you only have 10, the fee would be applied to the 20 unit shortfall. However, the exact fee per unit shortfall isn't provided in the summary, as it can vary based on several factors, including the specific category of the products and Amazon's current fee structure. For precise calculations and fee rates, it's essential to refer to the specific details and examples provided in the full article. Okay, ChatGPT, that wasn't even that helpful.
Yeah. But here, this rolling down on the article, it's a little bit better. So what's your game plan? So I think that's kind of what we need to do now, because first is your IPI score. You need to aim for 35 days in stock. So if you go to your inventory, what is it called? Inventory something. It's the, hold on, let me make sure I call it the right thing. Just a moment. You 3 little bars, inventory, FBA inventory is what it's called. Right under dashboard, FBA inventory. It will tell you what your in-stock days are on stuff. So you're trying to aim for 35 days. Now, I use that dashboard every week for reordering on one of my clients. It's not that great. So that makes me a little nervous right there. Because if your dashboard isn't that great, how am I supposed to make plans off of it? For instance, when they were doing seasonal Halloween stuff, and like when I did my Valentine's Day stuff, that week they were telling me to send in a whole bunch, but I'm going, no, now it's, February 13th is not the time to send in Valentine's Day.
Right.
So you got to take it with a grain of salt. But for evergreen products, it does give me a good kind of idea that if I sell 20 a month, then I need to keep my stock at 25 or whatever the case may be. Okay, 7 days. It is calculated over 7 days, just like William said. He was mentioned that if you go below 29 days of stock for too long, that's when it's going to go in. Product test and seasonal. This is what I want to know. Product testing will likely require shortening your lead times by having stock on hand to ship to Amazon. I think so. I think that you're going to see a lot more prep centers that will hold your inventory. Because if you are, and mainly that's for us that order out of country, if you are ordering 3,000 doodads from Alibaba, but you really only need to have 500 in Amazon at a given time, you need somewhere to hold that other amount in the interim besides Amazon's warehouse. So I think you'll see a lot of industries pop up that will, and I've seen more of them now because I get emails from them saying, hey, we will hold your stock, we will drip it into Amazon, and bypass these fees. I don't know if what they charge is worth not having the fees. So you got to pick your poison there. Parent ASINs. This is extremely powerful, but it can be used for or against you. This means that if you have products running into serious stocking issues, putting them in a slower moving parentage can buy you some time. The opposite is also true. If a product is dragging down an entire parentage, you don't want to pay the low inventory fees for every variation. It may be wise to remove the ASIN from the parentage so others aren't negatively impacting it. That's huge. Holy smokes. That's not good. That's not good at all.
It's everywhere. It's fees.
Fees everywhere. Stock time, optimizing your stop. Okay, this one is something that we're going to have to talk more in our bundle group because we do variations all the time with stuff.
Yeah.
And if you have a seasonal, let's say you're selling tablecloths and you have a variation, and on your parentage, you have Halloween, Christmas,
Thanksgiving, Easter, 4th of July, all the holidays.
All the holidays. That's going to be terrible. You're not going to want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of rethinking and reworking this year. That is for sure.
Well, I'm trying to see if it will. I don't know if you seen this. If you close the listing, will it make any difference?
I don't know. I haven't, of course, William just so kindly shared this today. So I will have to watch all these things. And William, I'm going to name you the resident expert of this. Everyone else in the group.
The ideal range is 29 to 54 days. Yeah, I started this week with my client doing when they give you the 60-day projection of what has sold. I've been trying to match that with what we send in. So that's luckily the manufacturer is local and not the blind leaps of blind. I love it. Luckily their manufacturer is local, but I was also working with somebody yesterday that their lead time from China is 2 months. That is a lot of like trying to hit the dart on the hit the dart on the target, and it's hard to know in 2 months time what your demand is going to be, because if you're trying to increase your demand, and you don't know what it's going to be, that is tough. So man, I hate this. And then if you close a listing, does it still calculate? That's going to be the next question. If anybody knows that, please comment below, because if you have those parentages, you could just close a listing for Halloween. If we're in the middle of February, you're not going to sell many Halloweens, and just keep your merchant fulfilled open, or just like close the FBA one and leave the merchant fulfilled one open. I don't know. There's a whole lot of I don't knows going on right now.
Yes, there is.
It sucks. And then she was so funny yesterday, Tina. Yeah.
That's how we feel.
My lady, she was asking about, well, why we were doing advertising. She's like, well, why is this one not eligible? She's like, I'll call Amazon. Don't call Amazon. Don't call them. They're not going to tell you nothing. Anyhow, we figured it out. Is because she had added one that wasn't in stock. So yeah, Amazon, I've got to call Amazon today, but I have a slew of things that I've been putting together for them to ask. You always want to have all your questions kind of together, because if you get a good support person, you can knock them all out.
Yeah.
But now I've got to call and try and get the good support person. So we'll see. I got to eat something and drink something and be at my peak and have no distractions and be prepared for about a 2-hour phone call, which is never fun. No. Anyhow, all right. What do you got going on? I'm going to go see Dune tomorrow. I'm super excited.
Oh, that'll be fun. I always like going to the movies. I did want to see were you able to upload to the slides the last photos I took about Amazon's AI and their advertising?
Oh, crud. Yes. Just a moment.
So I got an email. I don't know if any of you got this email. I just opened it this morning, so I'm excited to look into it. I haven't even got a chance. So what I did, because it was too long to get a screenshot of the whole message, I took 2 screenshots, and it says your weekly featured recommendations are ready for review, but these are it's a rule-based bidding. It says the bidding option helps you take more control over your campaigns by taking the guesswork out of adjusting bids manually. Now, this is something I do daily. I adjust my bids manually every day to achieve your campaign performance. It can help drive more sales while maintaining your return on ad spend. So I do like this rule-based bidding that they do. Now, maybe I misread that this was AI. Maybe I'm confusing it with Adatomic with Helium-10, because I swore I read that there was some AI in here. Take control of your budget. We recommend setting up performance-based budget rules with the same ROAS guardrail so you can take full control of your campaign cost. So maybe I misspoke about AI. I swore I read AI on that first photo. In my defense, I was in the middle of sipping coffee going through my emails this morning. Oh, but it does say machine learning. Okay, so it says at the very top, your weekly featured recommendations are ready for review. These recommendations are tailored just for you based on machine learning and analytics. The best part is you can apply them in just one. So I think when I read the machine learning, I thought Amazon was implementing some AI into our ad campaigns. So I misspoke.
What's the difference between AI and machine learning?
Well, the same. However, I took it like So this rule-based bidding, I think we set the parameters for that. So possibly Amazon is adjusting our bids on our behalf. Like I said, I just got this morning. I didn't know if anyone else had got it yet. And have you looked into it? I have the tab still open on my laptop because I was looking at all this on my laptop this morning, and I thought, oh, I want to jump in here because I am a big person that runs ads. I have lots of ad campaigns, and I do go in there and I check ad spend daily, weekly, and monthly. And at the end of the month, so now it's March 1st, I run all of the data from my ads at the end of every month. And so I love messing with my ad campaigns. So when I saw machine learning analytics, I thought Amazon was somehow implementing AI into here. Now, I have heard of the rule-based bidding, but I have not tried it yet. I've looked at it, and it just seemed too daunting of a task to deal with the day that I was looking into it. But now I'm going to take a deeper look.
Okay. I see this. I'm going to try and read this and see if it makes any more sense than the earlier.
We're back to William's statement earlier. The blind leads the blind today.
Okay. For the previous 21 days, the shoe's broad match targeting clause may have a ROAS of $1.50 with a $1 cost per click, and the example brand shoe's exact match targeting clause may have a ROAS of 4 with 0.25
25 cents, yeah.
In this example, we may continue to bid $1 for the broad targeting clause and 50 cents for the exact match targeting clause to increase your conversions to achieve a ROAS of $2 on $125 ad spend for your campaign. I don't know.
So these are the guardrails. So is this us allowing Amazon to automatically do this pricing or repricing within these guardrails? That's why I'm thinking it is the machine or the AI doing it. But I really need to dive into this. I am sure that some of the big YouTubers out there that devote their channels just to Amazon ad campaigns probably have some good content on this that I will have to devour.
I love this. Amazon ads does not guarantee that we will meet your guardrails. So,
and manual it may be again.
Jeez. Does anybody use the Seller Board PPC dashboard? I did for a little while when I was doing it.
I did for a little while too.
And then Heather says, "Can you explain the difference between dynamic up and down versus this new version?" No, I don't think we can explain much of anything.
Well, yes. So in Amazon ad campaign, there is a little snippet underneath the dynamic bid up and down, fixed bid, or bid down only. It explains it right underneath those bubble options that you have to choose. So dynamic bids up and down, just going off of memory, I want to say that when Amazon thinks your item is more likely to convert to a sale, they will go ahead and increase your bid based on that customer shopping history that they are likely to click on your ad and buy it. Likewise, if Amazon thinks it's less likely to convert to a sale, they will adjust your bid lower. So Amazon has always done this dynamic bidding up and down on your behalf. Most of the experts say when you're launching a new ad campaign or a new product that you want to do fixed bids only. Once you are established on your item and it's doing well, your best option moving forward is to do dynamic bid down only, in my experience. If you're trying to grow your sales, I don't think dynamic bid up and down is a bad option. I have used it. But when you are in your Amazon ad campaign dashboard and you're building out your ad campaign, there are definitions under each one of those explaining that. I hope that I helped answer that question. And you're in bundles, Heather. I made a big long video on doing advertising campaigns.
Yes. All right. Oh, and we are still working on the website. Didn't know if we wanted to talk about that or not today.
Not necessarily, but we will have a leads list posted, our 1 day sheet. I don't know what we call it.
Yeah, one day sheet. Well, it's available for one day, but it's for this week. It's a weekly sheet that's put out one day.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Let's see here. She followed up. I'm familiar with the advertising campaigns, but versus what's going on today with the machine and the AI, how are they?
I don't know, Heather. I don't know yet. I wish I did. When I do, I will definitely share.
Excellent. All right. Well, we got anything else today?
I do not. And for those of you watching on our YouTube channels, whichever channel you're on, please give us a thumbs up if you are new watching us today. We're glad to have you. If you liked hanging out with us this Friday, go ahead and subscribe to our channels and join our Facebook group and all of that good stuff. You guys know the drill. You're on YouTube.
Yes, like and subscribe is definitely helpful for us. And then join us over on the Facebook groups, because as we learn things, that's where we're going to post them. I mean, we talk on Friday shows about everything that we can, but that's, you want to be in the Facebook group so that you can get any of this information up to date. Like when inventory.
And look, if we don't 100% know about it, we're still going to share what we do know.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's coming.
We're all in it together.
Yep. All right. And do you have any plans today? Or it's Finance Friday.
It is Finance Friday, and I'm going to do a little work with you. My husband has a friend from back east that just moved out here to Las Vegas. So I'm guessing we might see them this weekend. I don't know. There's always something going on.
Nice. Well, that sounds like fun. All right. Well, take care, everybody, and have a great day.
Yep. Bye-bye.